Aries, welcome to your reading. So I'm just going to jump right in and get your current energy. As Queen of Swords, she is out all over the place today and yesterday. Let's find out what you need to focus on. I don't normally comment until I get all the cards out here, but you're resisting something, or you're being encouraged to resist something. Tell me about your near future. What else do you need to know about this situation? Tell me about your hopes or fears and your potential outcome. Okay. I actually really love this card at the bottom of the deck for you. This is the High Priestess. You're finally entering an energy where you're going to be able to trust yourself. There's something here where what I'm getting is that you maybe are very rigid when it comes to a specific way that you expect things to work out. And you're finally getting to this place of, you know what, mentally I have this expectation, but emotionally I don't. Emotionally, I just want the outcome. So it feels a lot like you're going to start trusting your heart more than your head. And that may be specific for a few people, but that is this energy that's really kind of overwhelming at the moment. That's what it feels like, that you're just allowing yourself to make the right decisions for yourself by listening to your heart. Looking at your current energy, I'm getting the Queen of Swords in reversed, influenced by this Ace of Wands. So again, this is something here where it feels a lot like you're stepping out of your comfort zone with this whole situation, where normally you would just kind of behave a certain way, release, cut things out of your life, but maybe you don't need to cut this out of your life. And that's what the universe is trying to point out to you. You're kind of like realizing that there are some things that maybe you cut out of your life a little too prematurely, and you don't want to do that anymore. This is an energy of taking a step back and thinking differently. And here with your Strength in the reverse, what you need to focus on, there is something here. There's this change that you're resistant to. There's this, maybe resistance isn't the right word, but it's different than the way you normally behave in a specific situation. So if you've always, I'm going to make it up, if you are always the one to end your relationships because you just don't think they're going to work out, maybe you need to think it through and think of it a little bit differently. Maybe not act so impulsively. Allow the situation to actually run its course, because it feels like a lot of times you regret what you've done to kind of end something prematurely. And so it's that kind of energy that I'm getting from here. Queen of Wands is sitting in your past position. So this actually feels so much like your past behaviors, so much like your past behaviors. So this is you behaving like you in the past, and now you're trying to behave differently. And the universe is encouraging that. But it's all to make you happy. I mean, this is what your strength is. Your strength is in bringing about happiness, finding the joy in a situation. But by changing the way that you respond and stop acting so impulsively, you are actually going to be able to change things for the better. I'm seeing the Nine of Swords here in the reverse in your near future position. So whatever anxiety, whatever sleepless nights, whatever regret you've been holding on to is going to be released here. Two of Wands. This is like a change in just a pattern of behavior for you. Page of Cups in reverse, and it could be about relationships. It could definitely be about relationships. I was getting that anyway, but this feels like what it relates to. We do have the Three of Wands in reverse, so hopes or fears position. What this tells me is that you are actually very impulsive. Very impulsive. And you know this about you. This is something where sometimes you really regret being that impulsive. And so now you're trying to force yourself to slow down and allow things to progress or not progress the way that they're supposed to. I am seeing the Six of Swords here in your potential outcome. So whatever it is, you're going to stay. So if your normal instinct in a romantic situation is see the first red flag and you bolt, you're going to stay. This is going to be a shift in just response on your part. Let's start clarifying. So we have the Queen of Swords in reverse here with the Ace of Wands. I'm also getting the Queen of Swords again, but in the upright. This is it. This is the behavior that you're trying to release your old way of behaving. It is coming through so clearly. Strength card, King of Swords. Stop resisting the change. Allow it to happen. Tell me about this Queen of Wands in the past. Ten of Cups in reverse. You know what you were doing. You were stifling your own happiness. That's what you were doing. Don't do it. You were holding yourself back. Tell me about the Sun. We have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse with the Sun. Despite everything that you go through, despite all the heartache that you end up suffering as a result of all of these relationships that maybe either ended prematurely or just ended, you have this ability to overcome that heartache, and you need to tap into that energy to help transform you so that this pattern of behavior doesn't continue. Tell me about the Nine of Swords in reverse. We have the Nine of Cups in reverse. I don't know how to say this more clearly. You're releasing a lot of things that are connected to each other. So you had a lot of anxiety, a lot of, I want to say like kind of an apprehension type of energy around your goals and your expectations for your own life. And it's one of those where you really did have this expectation things would work out a certain way, and this is how my wishes end up being fulfilled. And when it didn't work out that way, whether you did it or somebody did it to you, when things didn't work out, you became very upset and depressed about it. Sleepless nights for sure. But you're releasing all of that. Tell me about this Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands in reverse is being clarified with the Three of Wands in reverse. I'm getting a lot of the same card out here twice for you in the same way. So what this tells me is that, again, you're impulsive, but you're kind of making a decision to stop the impulsive behavior. You are actively trying to change that part of you. Tell me about the Page of Cups, because it's holding you back. Yeah, Page of Cups, Three of Cups. So again, like you're focused on your own happiness and you're trying to find a different way to go about and bring about your own happiness. Tell me about this Three of Wands in reverse. So we got the Queen of Cups, but I also have the Empress here in reverse. So you always thought that in order to get everything that you wanted, you had to behave a certain way, that you always had to go about it in exactly the way that you imagined, that you were never going to get what you wanted unless you behaved a certain way. But you're realizing at this point how much that's been holding you back, because when you have all these expectations around something, you miss all the joy in just daily living, and you maybe are misinterpreting these relationships in general. And so there's this focus now on really self-love and what it is really to bring about your own happiness. There's a lot of surrender that needs to happen here. So we have the Six of Swords in reverse, clarified with the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So this, to me, feels like a very solo journey that you're on, that you are really actively looking to adjust you, and you're not trying to impact a specific situation right now. You're really just focused on changing yourself, which is commendable for sure, because at least once you focus on you, then you can find your own happiness and let that spread outward. So Aries, this is your reading. I hope it resonates. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.